What's up, guys? My first review in a while. It's been 2 weeks since I released a video. But I wanted to get on here and talk about Avatar: The Way of Water. James Cameron coming back. James Cameron's been very vocal about a lot of things leading up to this movie. Because you had all the Avatar haters. I saw someone say James Cameron is fully aware that there's a lot of people praying for his downfall. And that's the best way to put it. People have been praying for his downfall. Because I remember the first time I watched Avatar. I remember how I watched Avatar. I heard it was the highest grossing movie of all time. I said, you know what? I'm going to watch it. It's the highest grossing movie of all time. It's got to be something special. So every day at lunch, I watch 20 minutes of it. I didn't even watch it in the full thing. Maybe if I watched it in the full sit down, maybe I would have thought it better. But my first experience with Avatar was watching it every day at lunch, 20 minutes at a time. And when I finished it, when I got to my last 20 minutes and I was like, that was underwhelming as fuck. I thought the story would be so much better, but the visuals and the action, they were great. It was a spectacle. That's what it was. It was a spectacle. So he comes back with Avatar 2 over 10 years later, and he says, I heard all the criticism about the first one. And I'm thinking, great. The story's about to be popping. The visuals about to be popping. Gonna have something that's gonna be a great recipe for success. Then he said it's going to be 3 hours. And I went, 3 hours? Dog, come on now. 3 hours? Come on, dog. So here we are with Avatar: The Way of Water, 3 hour and 12-minute movie. And the biggest compliment I can give this movie, on top of a lot of ones I got, is it doesn't feel like a 3 hour movie. When you can get people in a theater, especially wearing the fucking 3D glasses that are uncomfortable as fuck. If you wear glasses like me, if you can get them in a theater, and you can get them and you give them a 3 hour movie, and you make it pace so beautifully. Now there are some things, some fat you could have cut off, but I don't know. Like there's a scene that a lot of people don't like, a well scene. I'm spoiling this movie. There's a well scene involving one of the sons. I can't remember any of the sons' names, to be honest. I don't remember not one of their names. I'm going to be keeping it a stack. I don't remember any of the kids' names because there were so many kids. And that's like, wow, I think a lot of people were worried about the pacing because there's so many fucking kids in this movie. There are going to be so many new characters. How is he being able to balance this and tell a good story? But there was this one scene with one of Jay Scully's kids in a whale. And I thought that was one of the best scenes in that entire movie. I felt like that scene was him flexing on everybody, lining up. Hey, I'm James Cameron. I run this bitch. I was doing blockbusters before everybody else, and I'm still doing them. Like, that's what I thought that scene was. And I really connected with that scene. And this movie, story is pretty fucking good. It holds up, man. It's better than most blockbusters. Story-wise, it's better than most blockbusters. Compare Avatar: The Way of Water to fucking Black Adam that just came out. To Jurassic World Dominion. You know? To The Gray Man. That's not a blockbuster movie that'll release, but it cost $20 million to release on Netflix. That's still a big blockbuster, in my opinion, because of the budget. Compared to those movies. You know? Like, I feel like he was really hitting here. And he really took them criticisms to heart, and he really brought the story out. The only character that I don't think I connected with in the entire movie, because this movie has a lot of great characters that he built on, that he did a lot of good things with, but this character named Spider. The one thing I can say about Spider, another compliment to James Cameron, how he was able to act around all this CGI that they had going on seamlessly. It was fucking phenomenal. But the character of Spider, I know everyone kept going back and forth. He doesn't know what he wants to be. He didn't pick a side. He didn't pick a side. He was annoying. I think that's what they were doing on purpose. Because I don't think he knows which side to pick. I really don't think he knows which side to pick either. You know? So I think that's why the character shows so many signs throughout the movie. He didn't know which side to pick either. And I think he's going to be a major player going forward. Now, another character, the oldest son, once the younger son said he's the perfect little son, I knew that motherfucker was going to die. Straight, I knew that motherfucker was gone. Maybe I'm watching too much television. It's like Lee from fucking Yellowstone. But here's the difference between this guy and Lee from Yellowstone. I don't think Lee and Yellowstone being alive would have changed the motherfucking thing about Yellowstone. Going forward, the consequences of Yellowstone, him being alive wouldn't change anything. Whereas this character in Avatar, the oldest son, I think his death is gonna have a major impact for the family and for how events are gonna play out in the future movies. You know, I can't say the same about Lee in Yellowstone and other sons that have died throughout other major succession-like shows. You know, where there's the fucking hierarchy and shit. So yeah, but like I tapped once he said, "Oh, you were the favorite son," I tapped on he was gonna die, and he did die, and his death was pretty sad. And those last 90 minutes leading up to that action, when Jake and I want to say, fuck, when Zoe Saldana's character, I forgot her fucking name, but when they were going to save their kids, they was on their ass. That action was so fucking good. Oh my god. But yeah, this is a really good movie. This is what blockbusters need, man. We have some great blockbusters movies this year. Nope, 60 million. I'm gonna count that as a blockbuster. The Woman King, it's about 60 million. I'm gonna count that as a blockbuster. The Northman, I don't think I should be counting these as blockbusters. They're probably mid-budget, but they're what we need. The Northman, Woman King, Nope, Top Gun Maverick, Avatar. This is what we need. You know, the blockbusters that make you feel something. They give you a good story and good action. A lot of people, especially in that Black Adam discourse, a lot of people think you can't be both. You can be both. And DC gets a lot of free passes on that shit they be doing. Like Black Adam, they'll make something like Black Adam that's generic and bland. And then they're surprised when people want to reboot their whole fucking thing. Like, what do y'all, like, do y'all not have any expectations for your brand at all? You make something like Black Adam, then you're surprised that James Gunn wants to reboot that motherfucker. To anyone that's mad about DC getting rebooted, you should Black Adam. If you're with a better movie, they want to reboot you so quick. If Black Adam made 700 million, was actually a good movie. Fuck audience score. If it was actually a good movie, it probably wouldn't have got rebooted so quick, because then you would have opened up the door for next year, and maybe see how the next 3 movies would have went. See, if you're a good blockbuster and you're a good movie, good things happen. Stop settling for this bland bullshit. And I'm glad James Cameron took his criticisms of the first Avatar to heart and brought us something better back the second time around. And I can say I'm excited to see where this Avatar franchise goes. I didn't think I was going to say that coming out of this movie. I'm excited and intrigued to see where this Avatar franchise goes. So yeah, Avatar: The Way of Water, 8 out of 10. Not a perfect movie, but it's a step up from the first one and a great fucking blockbuster, and a blockbuster that we all need. It's 3 hours and 12 minutes. I recommend you see it in IMAX 3D, but those tickets are fucking expensive. I understand. They're really expensive. Plus the popcorn, plus the soda, plus the gas to get there. It's like $100. And that's as a person. That's one person. Imagine you got a family. So I understand you don't want to see it in IMAX 3D because of the price, but it probably is the best experience to see this movie. So Avatar: Way of Water, 8 out of 10. Peace.